everyone, it's Vela here. Welcome to a new video, and today we are playing Cities Skylines. Finally, it's been so long since I first started doing a Cities video. I tried to do it many times, but I just couldn't really get the concept right, and now I've decided to do it all sped up as kind of a speed build type of video, so it doesn't take too long, and also because I just can't seem to be able to narrate as I am building my city. So that's what we're doing today, and that way these episodes can also be a little shorter and much more can happen in that short time, of course. So I've started a new city and I don't have a name for it yet or anything. I'll be doing all that kind of customization later. But I play on PS4, so I don't have any mods, so I'm not using any, I can't, and I'm just trying to figure out here how to make this first intersection work. There was an intersection originally, but I wanted the highway to also continue to the other side of the kind of initial highway, so now it goes 4 ways and 2 of the ends will end, of course, and they will lead to the city, but it's just a quicker way of getting around. And yeah, building without mods and getting everything to really line up is sometimes really hard. I can, of course, if you're doing a straight road, there's no problem, but as you can see, I'm trying to do this really intricate and really curvy and intersecting ramps all the way, and I have to have 2 ramps going to each road. I don't know, many ramps, so that you can get from every point to every point, basically from every direction to every direction. But yeah, I think it turns out pretty okay in the end. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty proud of what I did without mods, and it's definitely much better than my first things I built. And yeah, it's still hard, but I do feel like I have come a long way with building in the Cities Skylines and stuff like that. I do feel like I understand the game better and stuff, and I can do a little bit more complicated things, even though they might not look perfect, but I do think this does look okay. So I think maybe this is a good time for me actually to do this series. I can really make it good, hopefully. There's something in my throat. Well, I will try to narrate this video. Yeah, this has been something that I have been talking about bringing to my channel, so I'm really excited that I'm finally actually doing it and not just saying. Like I mentioned, I've tried to do it many times, but this time I do feel like I have kind of a different perspective, or I approach it differently. I don't know. Well, anyway, I do feel like I can do this, and yeah, when I did start playing Cities Skylines once, it didn't go very well. I didn't get very far, but there was a suggestion to name the city Velocity, of course, which I think is hilarious. So I think I will be calling this city just that, because it makes sense, and this is not supposed to be well, I'm building the city seriously. I want it to be good, but I don't mind if the places are named a bit funny. I like doing that, so I don't mind that. So Velocity, I think it shall be. I don't know how you would say it if it was an actual place name, but it's my name combined with a city, and it also means something else, so it's a fun wordplay kind of thing. And yeah, now we are getting on to actually building the city. I've finished the initial highway entrance, and now I'm building a road grid as well as power and water and all that kind of stuff for my city. And lately I've been liking to do this thing with the quarry, is that what it's called? This one at the shoreline, like where I put my sewage things and stuff, because I just think it looks more polished. I think I will be continuing that query later. I hope I'm saying that right. I'll be fine. I'm not really easily embarrassed, but do please tell me how to say it. And yeah, I do have the Twitter thing on, so yeah, just something I like, those funny things in this game. Like, this is a nice whimsical game. Just the type I like. Like, I like The Sims and I like Tropico and I like this game because they're also, like, besides being just like really good simulator games, or like, you know, they're also funny. Like, they don't take themselves too seriously, and those are probably my 3 favorite games of all time. So yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. And also I have unlocked all the milestones for this game because I just didn't want to be restricted. Normally when you start a game, you can only build like a very limited amount of things, and you unlock more things as you go, but it's like a really slow progress. I'm not really a fan of it. Like, I do think some of the things should be maybe a little bit quicker, but you know, I'm also using infinite money so we don't go bankrupt, because playing with all the achievements but still like not having infinite money is really hard. I've tried that too, and that's like super hard. So basically I'm just gonna do whatever I want. I'm not restricted by anything, but I do like my towns to be realistic in a sense that like the zoning makes sense, the look of it makes sense, but I don't mind like having the money be infinite. That's not the part of the game I enjoy the most, like managing the budget. I don't really like that at all. Like, so if I have the option to not do it, I would rather not do it, and this is my series, so I can do what I want, I guess. So yeah. And here I've started this little industry area. I have most of the DLCs, but not all. So I'm using here the industries DLC and things that came with it. So I'm building this little farmland like area over here that also contributes to the industry need of your city, so you don't need to do as much of the normal zoned industry. And also I'm starting to make like pathways and overpasses and underpasses like already, because I like to include those in my cities. And sometimes if you build everything first and then start thinking about paths, it gets harder, like not impossible but harder. So I like to do that early on, so I've started that. You can see there I've done a huge kind of bridge thing just to go over the what's that? Roundabout. It's not the most realistic thing. That would probably be nicer underground, but you know, it's those small things that I can like let be not so realistic, I guess. But also I do like having a lot of parts, and that I feel like is realistic, to have places for your people to go without a car even. And then I'm moving to this side of the map. Again, I'm letting that side grow a little while I work on this another road intersection kind of thing. I'm not sure if I like this. Like, this was really hard to do, and I'm not sure if it's necessary, but I did want another exit, of course, to the city from this side, because, well, right now you can't get here in any way, and I don't have the highway finished yet, so I'm trying to do this like sunken in big road, and then like the highway goes over it, and I do make it work. Like, it works, it looks okay, it looks quite steep for you know, the ramps are quite steep, not so realistic, but it does work, so I don't mind. And then on this side I just continue making some more industry, and I've decided that the main city center will also be on this side. There's much more land on this side, and it goes to this kind of nice like well, it's surrounded by water, and I just felt like this map made sense this way, like to go this way. I'm not sure if I show you the whole map at all in this episode, but you know, we will get there as we go. So there's that beautiful little intersection. It's not my favorite, but I do think it works, and you know, it does what it's supposed to do, and it doesn't look like the worst, so that's good. And I added some industry workplaces there, and then I also like downgraded my commercial buildings. I always do like high zone commercial too early. I did it again. I should learn sometime, but it's okay, you can just replace it. And then we needed more electricity, we do some of that and added some stuff on there, but now I'm continuing to work on this space here, and the railway was also here, so that's why this area is gonna be like industry and commercial and kind of more high density. And you know, there's garbage disposal facilities here, so it's kind of the industrial downtown area. And then as we go further, there will be more like shopping districts and more residential and stuff like that, high density and stuff like that. But yeah, this map, I think, well, it's one of just the normal maps in the game. Like I said, I don't have any mods because you can't have them on the PS4, but I do think it's a temperate map, like the theme of it, so it's not like super northern or super southern. And I've mixed like the European building theme and the North American building theme. I really like the European one, like it's definitely one of my favorites in the game, where you get these like these buildings that are really close to each other. How do you say that? Like side to side, wall to wall, older looking European style buildings. Like I like some of the North American ones, but not that much, so I'm kind of mixing and stuff like that. And then I also use the modern downtown style, which is the newest one, I believe. That is also really nice, so you can have a little bit more variety in your downtown areas, and it looks really cool. You will see them better at some point, I hope. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you like this new series. I'm really excited, so yeah, leave it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone!